Welcome everybody. My name is Lindsay and we've got a gentle yoga class today that will start with a full body flow and will end in a more restorative practice. So I do have some props with me today. Props aren't necessary, but if you find that you like to use them to help you relax a little deeper into class, some options are, pillow, use a pillow. Pillow or two. We'll be using a strap. And I also have a couple of blocks nearby just as options to show you all as we move through the class. So we'll begin our class today in a standing position. We'll just get the blood flowing here. We'll come to our feet and start to roll out the ankles. Taking this time to maybe play with the balance, stepping on one foot, balancing for a moment, and then stepping on the other foot, rolling out the ankle, balancing. Just feeling the legs. Great work. Now we'll bring the hands to the hips. And we'll plant the feet down nice and even with each other, rocking forward and back on the feet to feel the balance between the front and the back. We'll rock gently from side to side, feeling that equal weightedness between the two feet. And we'll draw the lower belly in, draw the shoulders down the back, feel nice and long through the spine, keeping the belly engaged. We'll begin to balance on that right foot, just in order to draw some circles with that left knee. So these might look like smaller or bigger circles with that left knee, just feeling into that hip joint here. You might decide that you want to hold onto a wall or a chair or a table, just something that allows you to feel a little bit more stable if that balance on the right leg is starting to not feel as secure. And we'll pause those circles. We'll sway the hips from side to side. Great work. We'll find our Tadasana mountain pose again, this time extending the fingers down towards the floor, planting the feet down into the floor, draw the lower belly in, broaden across the collarbones. Great. And now either bring in the hands to the hips or to heart center, and we'll ground down through that left foot, starting to get light in the right, and we'll begin to draw those circles with the right knee. Just checking in through that hip joint. Great work. Another circle. And then we'll slowly plant that right foot back down towards the floor. Great work. Releasing the hands down, we'll take another swing of the hips. We'll bring the hands back to the hips and start to draw big circles with the hips. Like we're hula hooping or something fun. Was that the Macarena that used to hit? Swing the hips around. We'll switch the direction of our hips. Great work. We'll pause that movement. And again, finding our Tadasana mountain pose, releasing the fingers down towards the floor, broadening through the collarbones, stacking the head up nice and tall. We'll begin to lower the eyes here, feeling into the sensation of the feet. If the balance is feeling a little off today, you can keep the eyes open or hold on to a wall. We'll just pause here with our eyes closed and connect with our breath. Taking a long, slow inhale, imagining the breath rising up from the earth, going through the heels, along the leg bones, along the spine, up to the very top of the head. And with the exhale, feel it lower and draw out, sinking back down to the earth. Using this as a visualization, the inhale, drawing that breath up through the earth to the top of the head, and the exhale, feel the breath, imagine it sinking all the way back down through the heels. Taking these long, slow, deep breaths. In and out through the nose. Finding that rate of breath that feels sustainable to you today. Nice and slow. Great work. We'll blink the eyes back open and begin to bring some movement. As we inhale, we'll lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up, reaching those fingers up nice and tall. And with the exhale, stay standing. We'll swing the arms in front of us, reaching the fingers towards the shoulder blades on the back of the body. We'll give ourselves a nice big hug here. Draw the elbows down, draw the shoulders down, bring the gaze towards the chest, stretch through the back of the neck. Great work. Feel the space between the shoulder blades open and expand using that long, slow breath. Imagining the space between the shoulder blades starting to spread and soften. Great work. Bring the gaze back to neutral. We'll inhale, lift the arms back up overhead. And with the exhale, we'll take that same hug, but with the opposite arm on top. Extending the fingers towards the shoulder blades. Draw the elbows down, draw the shoulders down. Draw the chin towards the chest. Now this time we'll start to take some very small movements of bringing the ear to shoulder, taking these kind of half circles with the head to chest. Great work. Slowly releasing that, bringing the gaze back to neutral, release the arms. We'll inhale, lift the arms back up overhead. This time as you exhale, open out the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips, coming down into our forward fold. Nice softness in the knees here for our first forward fold. Nice and soft here in the knees, giving ourselves a moment to just enjoy a gentle dangle. You can grab opposite elbows here and take a gentle sway from side to side. Great work. Pausing that movement, releasing opposite elbows, bend the knees nice and deep, draw the lower belly in, and we'll exhale, ragdoll ourselves all the way back up to standing. Roll the shoulder blades forward, up, back, and down, finding that Tadasana mountain pose. Now we'll warm it up through the arms a little bit more. As you inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. And with the exhale, open the arms out to the sides, bringing the gaze back to neutral. So we'll start to draw some small circles with the fingers on the opposite walls, keeping the lower belly drawn in and some nice engagement through the legs. Knees are still a little soft, but the muscles through the thighs and the glutes are still nice and active. Great work. Now we've got these little circles going. Let's reverse the direction of those little circles. Keeping the shoulders drawing down the back, feeling that warmth build through the arms. Start to take the circles bigger. So we were outlining something very small at first. Now we're drawing these big circles, working just a little bit more into the shoulders, the arms, the chest. So you reach the fingers back, feel the spread across the chest. So you reach the fingers forward, feel that rounding in the back. Making these nice big circles. Last one. Great work. And we'll pause with the fingers down by the sides. Feeling that spread across the front of the chest. Nice work. We'll inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Forward fold. Place the hands on the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Great work. Inhale, rising all the way back up to standing, lifting the arms up, lift the gaze up. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Great. We'll lift the arms up again overhead, imagining that we're catching that big beach ball overhead. Draw the shoulders down gently, planting the feet nice and firm, draw the lower belly in. Feel the shoulders, just give your ears a little bit more space. Now with our exhale, begin to bring that beach ball over to the left side of the mat, extending the arms over to the left side, pushing the hips over to the right. Feeling the balance in the feet nice and equal, keeping that tummy drawing in, keeping that collarbone shining towards the wall. Great work. The next exhale, rise yourself back up, arms extend overhead. Now take an inhale to prepare, and with the exhale, bring the fingers over to the right, passing that beach ball over to the right, pushing the hips over to the left. Neutralize the balance in the feet, equalize the weight distribution there. Great work. Belly draws in. We'll exhale, rise the arms back up overhead. Now lower the hands back down behind you, interlacing the fingers behind the hips. Draw the knuckles down, spread through the chest. Push the hips forward, push the chest forward, lift the gaze up, taking a little back bend here. So we draw the knuckles towards the floor, lift the gaze towards the sky. Great work. Draw the belly in, bring yourself back to neutral. With the exhale, we'll hinge forward from the hips again, keeping that bind of the hands behind you. Lowering yourselves down nice and slow into that forward fold, keeping the belly drawn in, forward fold with the arm bind. Great work. Taking a few breaths here. So if at any time you need to release the bind of the arms, please do. Allowing yourself to soften here. Great work. Lower the hands back down to the hips. Bend through the knees, draw the lower belly in, exhale, slowly ragdoll yourself all the way back up to standing, releasing the bind in the arms. Sending the fingers down towards the floor, roll the shoulders a few times forward, up, back, and down, integrating that movement through the chest, the shoulders. Great work. Finding that Tadasana mountain pose again. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Place the hands on the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way back up to standing, lifting the arms up, lift the gaze up, look up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great work. We'll plant down through our right foot. Squeeze the right thigh into the floor. Squeeze the right glute. Draw the lower belly in. And we'll slowly start to get light in those left feet, coming up onto the left toe. Now we'll lift the left knee up, pausing momentarily here, feeling that balance. And with the exhale, we'll extend the left leg back behind us about 3.5 feet. Plant the toe, plant the heel, and we'll begin to swivel that back foot so it's parallel-ish with the short edge of the mat. We'll be coming into our warrior two stance. So the hips open, kind of towards the corner of the yoga mat. Not towards the front, not towards the side, but kind of right in between. And we'll start to stack the knee over the ankle, taking that nice deep bend in that right knee. Draw the shoulders over the hips. We'll extend the arms out towards the short edges of the mat. Nice work. Taking an opportunity to bend just a little bit deeper in through that front knee. Great work. Inhale, straighten the front knee. We'll lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the knee, finding that warrior two. Send the hands out towards the short edges. Inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, warrior two. Great work. Now staying in this warrior two, bring that right forearm to the right thigh. We'll draw the left hand into the chest and then extend that right arm along the left arm along the left ear. So we're coming into our extended side angle pose. So maybe instead of thinking about like cartwheeling the arm up into that position, drawing the arm into the chest and then reaching and extending and then opening the chest. That might be a little nicer feeling in some people's shoulders. Great work. We'll exhale, push to that front foot, rise ourselves back up, extending the hands out towards the sides. Feeling nice and tall here, feeling like a kind of like a star shape. I'll swivel those right toes so that they are also parallel-ish with the short edges of the mat, bringing the hands down to the hips. Draw the belly in, lift and lengthen the spine. As we exhale, begin to hinge forward from the hips, coming into our wide-legged forward fold, taking it nice and slow, lowering the torso down between the legs. Pausing momentarily, just finding some movement in the head and the neck, maybe releasing the hands down to the floor or towards the calves or the thighs, just finding some momentary rest here in this forward fold. Great work. Adding a gentle bend to the knees, draw the lower belly in. As we exhale, begin to ragdoll yourself all the way back up to standing. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back and down. Bring the hands back to heart center. Swivel all the toes again to point towards the top of the mat. Push in through that right foot and bring the left foot back up to the top of the mat. Finding our Tadasana mountain pose. Taking a long, slow breath here. Great work. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. As you exhale, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Place the hands on the shins, inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising ourselves all the way back up to standing. Lift the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great work. Now we'll plant down through that left foot. Squeeze the left thigh, squeeze the left glutes. Feeling nice and strong through that left leg. We'll start to get light in the right. So with the exhale, begin to lift that right knee up towards the sky, feeling that momentary balance here. And with the exhale, we'll extend the leg behind us, about 3.5 feet. Nice big step back with that right foot. Plant the toe, plant the heel. Finding that warrior two shape, swiveling the back foot so it's parallel-ish with the short edge of the mat. Here we go. Take that nice deep bend in the left knee, stacking it over the ankle. Draw the shoulders over the hips and extend the hands out towards the short edges of the mat. Nice work. Taking a moment here to breathe nice and deep into this shape, feeling the engagement, feeling the openness. Then we'll inhale, straighten the front knee, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten, reach the arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, warrior two. Pausing here in this warrior two. And we'll start to take our extended side angle pose. Bringing the left forearm to the left thigh. Bring the right arm into the chest. And then we'll shoot that right arm out along the right ear, reaching that finger out towards the upper corner of the room. Feel the collarbones just shine towards that wall, feeling the engagement through the lower abdominal muscles. Nice work, feeling that heat build. Great work. We'll exhale, rise ourselves back up and straighten the front knee. Perfect. Hands come again, back to heart center. Swivel both sets of toes so they're parallel-ish with the short edges of the mat. Now you might choose to keep the hands here at heart center at the hips, or to interlace the knuckles behind the hips, getting more of a opening through the chest. We'll draw the knuckles down if that's what you're choosing today. And with the exhale, keeping this core nice and tight, we'll slowly hinge forward from the hips again, coming into that wide-legged forward fold. If you've got the hands bound, you can start to lift the knuckles up towards the sky. If the hands are bound behind you, bring the hands back to the knuckles. Hands back to the hips. That gentle bend in the knees. Push to the feet, draw the lower belly in. We'll exhale, gently rise, nice and slow, back up to standing. Releasing the bind behind you, bring the hands back to heart center. We'll swivel all the toes again to point towards the top of the mat. Pushing in through that front foot. Rise yourselves back up into your standing Tadasana. Reaching the head up towards the sky, taking a moment here, maybe closing the eyelids for just a moment. Taking a nice, slow, deep breath in and out. And feeling that warmth radiate through the body, all that activity, all that movement. Noticing where you are experiencing sensations. Fantastic. We'll blink the eyes back open. As you inhale, lift the arms up, lift the gaze up. As you exhale, open up the arms, swan dive forward, hinge from the hips. Place the hands on the shins. Inhale, rise up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. We'll take a moment here in this forward fold, giving ourselves a chance to soften and release the lower back. So you might grab opposite elbows here and increase the bend in the knees and just enjoy that gentle sway from side to side.
Fantastic. Releasing opposite elbows if you have them. We'll bend the knees enough that we can plant our hands at the mat. And we'll slowly extend the legs back, lowering the knees down towards the floor, coming into our tabletop position. And as we come into tabletop, we'll start by shaking the tail from side to side. As you push the tail over to the left, bring the gaze over the left shoulder like you're coming to stare at your tailbone. And then we'll swing the hips over to the right, bring your gaze over to the right. Again, keep that movement, left and right. One more time. Pausing there, coming back to center. We'll begin to take our bear pose, finding some movement in the back, starting first with the cat-cow movements. The inhale to drop the belly and lift the gaze. The exhale to rise the back and draw the gaze towards the navel. And then allowing this shape of the cat-cow to evolve into our bear pose. Finding that bit of organic movements on our hands and knees, stretching out through the back, the shoulders, the hips, maybe taking barrel rolls, swinging the torso around like you're scraping up the inside of a barrel, or resting down into child's pose, maybe taking a gentle back bend, or enjoying that cat-cow or that side-to-side kind of tail gaze. Fantastic. We'll start to come back to stillness. Pressing the palms into the floor, feel the sternum lift away from the floor, draw the lower belly in. We'll take our bird dog pose or our 50-50 plank here. Kick the left leg out back behind you, nice and long, drawing the lower belly in. As you are ready, extending the right arm out in front of you, gazing at a non-moving spot. Feel the arm and the legs grow nice and long here. Feel the breath move steady in and out through the nose. Great work. On the next exhale, draw that elbow and the knee underneath the body, squeezing them in, getting this little roundness through the back. Our inhale extends the arm and the leg out nice and long. Great work. Pausing that, lower the hands, lower the knee, and we'll rock back into child's pose, bringing the hips and the heels together at the back of the mat. Now you might enjoy walking the hands behind you for this child's pose. Bringing the hands to reach towards the toes. You might find some movement in the wrists, a little bit of wiggle or a little bit of clenching of the fists and flexing of the fingers. Nice work. We'll walk the hands back out in front of us. Lifting the gaze, we'll exhale, rise back up into our tabletop. We'll take that bird dog pose on the other side. Pushing into the palms, feel the sternum lift away from the floor, lower belly draws in. Kick that right leg out back behind you. Staring at that non-moving spot, start to get light in the left fingers, and as you're ready, extending that left arm out in front of you. Great work. Breathing here, nice and steady and slow, keeping that breath moving in and out. Our next exhale, draw the elbow and the knee underneath the body, squeezing them in, getting that little roundness through the back. And then inhale, extend back out. Great work. Now we'll lower the hands, lower the knee, and rock back into that child's pose again. This time we'll keep the arms extended out in front of us, maybe finding that movement in the hands and the wrists, rolling out the wrists, wiggling the fingers. Great. We'll start to move the arms over to the left side of the mat, keeping the body in our child's pose shape, but just walking the arms and the torso over towards the left side of the mat. Feeling the breath move nice and slow through the back side of the body. Great. We'll start to walk the hands back through center and then over to the right side of the mat. Great work. Bringing the arms back to center. We'll press into the palms, rise ourselves back up into tabletop. From here, bend the elbows towards the back of the body. We'll lower ourselves all the way down onto the floor. Bending the elbows, lower the chin, the chest, the belly, coming to rest on the floor. We'll move into our Sphinx pose from here. So walking the elbows underneath the shoulders, pushing into the forearms, lift the chest, lift the gaze. With the exhale, draw the chin down towards the chest. We'll bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, and the left ear towards the left shoulder. Taking these half circles in the head, just breathing through the shoulders, the neck, and the back. Great work. Pausing, bringing yourself back up to neutral. So we'll take our first restorative pose, our belly down tree pose. So you might find that a little padding underneath the knees would be nice here. So if there's a little blanket or a little towel that you'd like to place on the left side of the mat, we can have that available to ourselves. So we'll start by opening the elbows out nice and wide, lowering the torso down, resting the face on our hands, or maybe if you have that, like a small pillow or blanket, you can use that here as well underneath the face. So we'll start with the left side. We'll bend the left knee, opening the left hip out towards the left side of the mat, scooching that knee up towards the left armpit area. And this is where the blanket might feel nice underneath this knee joint, just depending on the surface that you're practicing on today. We'll hold this pose in this side for about 6 minutes. So allow yourselves time to kind of adjust and wiggle, get yourself kind of comfortable and set up here. And we'll bring our awareness through the body, starting with the toes, checking in with the toes, noticing if they might be gripping or holding any engagement. We'll move up into the lower legs, scanning, softening where you can, bringing the awareness into the upper legs, softening where you can. Bringing that awareness into the hips and the glutes. Softening and releasing any engagement of the glutes. Breathing into the lower back, allowing that space to gently soften. Feel the belly nice and soft and relaxed. Breathing into the upper back, feel the ribs spread gently in the space between the spine and the shoulder blades, softly, gently open. Breathing into the shoulders and the arms. Noticing any muscle engagement, and just gently allow that space to soften and melt. Noticing the muscles in the face, softening the muscles between the eyebrows, releasing the engagement of the jaw. Feeling relaxed and supported here. Allowing gravity to do all the work of opening and releasing. We have another 2 minutes, so if there's any wiggles or fidgets that you'd like to take to allow yourself to become a little bit more comfortable, I invite you to take those movements. Noticing where the mind goes when it's offered stillness. If the mind wants to attach itself to planning or revisiting past, gently bring that awareness back to the breath and to the sensations through the body. Not identifying the sensations as good or bad, but just noticing almost a sense of inquiry, sense of curiosity. We'll begin to make our way out of this side, rolling gently over towards the right to help lengthen the left leg out nice and long. We'll rest in our crocodile pose for a moment. Our belly's down, our head comes to neutral, resting on the forehead, arms out towards the sides in that kind of diamond shape. Now we'll begin to switch sides. Rolling gently over towards the left, bend that right knee out towards the side up towards the right armpit or elbow. And we'll bring our face to rest, maybe on the hands, maybe on the mat, on the left cheek. Again, taking this side for about 6 minutes. So find that place of comfort. If you would like to pad underneath that right knee or maybe underneath your chest, slightly underneath the face, all of these are wonderful ways to allow yourself to become just a little bit more comfortable. feeling the breath move through the body. You might use that same visualization as when we were standing, feeling that inhale, draw up energy from the earth, radiate through the body. And as you exhale, giving that energy back to the earth. Feeling the rise and the fall of the chest, feeling that opening and softening taking place through the hips, through the shoulders, through the back. Feel a sense of peace or well-being wash over you as we rest, supported by the earth, allowing gravity to do the work here for us. Now we have another 2 minutes in this pose. So if there's any movement that would help you become just a little bit more comfortable, you are welcome to make any adjustments. We begin to make our way off of this side, bringing some of the weight over to the left side, slowly lengthen out the right leg. And we'll release the arms down by the sides, palms face the sky. We'll be coming into a belly down Shavasana pose here for a moment. Just allowing the body to soften and relax as we rest on our belly, arms extend down by the sides. And we'll make our way over onto our back, taking a gentle pencil roll. We'll bring with us one of our props, either a pillow or a bolster, for a supported bridge pose. I'll bring both over so you can see what that looks like. You make your way over onto your back. We'll plant our feet and take a few windshield wipers of the knees from side to side. Great. Pausing that movement of the knees, we'll walk the heels up towards the sitting bones just a little bit more. Pushing into the heels, lengthen the tailbone towards the heels, getting the scapula. I'm sorry, no, what is that? The sternum, no, the sacrum, the other S one. The sacrum, that big triangle bone in the back of the hips, to rest a little more comfortably on the floor. Now, depending on the prop that you would like to use, either a pillow or a block or a book, depending on the sensation you would like to have, wherever you are, you'll push into your feet and you'll lift the hips up towards the sky. And placing the prop underneath the hips, if you've got a big pillow like this, you might support a little bit of the lower back as well. And just keep the hips gently supported on that pillow. Or if you're on your block, we'll just want to keep the block on the low setting. Because this is a restorative class, we don't need to use the medium or the high setting for our supported bridge. So if you're using the block, it's a little easier to tell if you place the block in the lower back. If it's resting on the lower back, draw the block down a little bit more so it's closer towards the tailbone and supports more of that sacrum. I'll get the name. And we'll take 5 minutes here in this supported bridge pose. So we can find something nice to do with the arms. You might enjoy keeping the hands resting down towards the feet, or rest the hands on the belly and the chest. Or you might enjoy opening the arms out towards the sides. They're in the cactus arms, airplane wings, or creating almost a gentle diamond shape with the arms reaching overhead. And again, we'll bring that awareness to the breath, moving in and out through the body. Taking that full body scan again, starting from the toes and working the way up to the head. Checking in with the different sensations you are experiencing in this pose.
Now for our final moment here in our supported bridge pose, we'll allow the knees to open out nice and wide. We'll spend 1 minute here with the knees open wide in this supported bridge pose, allowing those hips to open. Taking 1 minute here, so not that full restorative amount of time, but enough time to allow the hips to receive the benefits of this inverted opening. Great work. We'll extend the hands down to the outer thighs and slowly help the knees come back to neutral. We'll press into the feet and slowly, gently help ourselves up off of our prop and lower the hips all the way back down onto the ground. I'll take a moment here to just gently windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Fantastic. Pausing that windshield wiper, gently draw the knees into the chest, taking it nice and slow here, just reversing that back bend that we had in our bridge pose. Taking it nice and easy, maybe enjoying a gentle rock from side to side on the lower back, that gentle massage back there. Great work. I'll keep the knees drawn in towards the chest. We'll open the arms out towards the sides and slowly lower the knees down to the right side of the mat. Taking it nice and slow here. We'll spend a couple minutes here in this supine twist. So you might find that you'd enjoy a little bit of padding either between the knees or underneath that right knee, just helping to lift the legs up a little bit, taking some of the pressure out of the lower back and just resting gently here in this twist. We'll spend about 2 minutes per side. Feeling the breath move through the body. Scanning through the body and noticing where we can find a little more opportunity for softness. Maybe softening the muscles of the glutes, the thighs, the lower back. Maybe softening more through the shoulders, the neck, the chest.
We'll bring the hands back down towards the legs and help those knees come back to center. We'll draw the knees again into the chest, giving ourselves that big hug. And we'll bring any of those props or any of that support that we used on the right side over to the left. As you are ready, opening the arms up again out towards the sides, and we'll lower the knees over to the left side of the mat. Again, you might notice that a little bit of support underneath the knees or the hips or in between the knees might feel really nice on this side. And allowing ourselves to have different sensations on the right and the left sides, noticing that one side might want to twist a little deeper or less deep. Just allowing our body to kind of inform our practice. Bring the hands back down to the hips. Slowly help the knees rise back up towards the sky. I'll draw the knees into the chest again, giving yourself that nice big hug. Maybe that gentle rock from side to side. And we'll use our strap for the next posture. I'm finding where that is. We'll work into the hips with our supine head to knee pose. We'll place the strap at the bottom of the right foot and extend the right leg up towards the sky. The left leg will extend out long on the mat. Toes point up towards the sky. So in this more restorative version of our head to knee pose, we'll take a moment of 1 minute in each of the different directions. So I'll spend 1 minute here kicking the heel up towards the sky. You might enjoy pointing and flexing the toes, stretching out through the back of the leg. Now, as we take 1 minute on this side, breathing, noticing the sensations run through the back of the leg. You might decide if you would like to bring a prop over to the right side of the mat to support the leg. So I'll show you what that might look like. Bringing the block over to the right side. Bring the strap into the right hand. The left hand comes to rest on the left hip. Moving slowly with your breath, lower the right leg over to the right side of the mat. Now you might have a little bit of support here with this block underneath the hip or underneath the thigh. Maybe you're a little more flexible today and it comes underneath the calf. I'm feeling the block under the thigh today.
Taking 1 minute here, just allowing gravity to assist in this opening. Great work. Drawing the lower belly in, we'll slowly lift that right leg up towards the sky. You might decide that you'd like to bring a prop over to the left side of the body to support you as you move into the twist. Taking the strap into the left hand, extend the right arm out towards the right side of the mat. We'll lower the right leg across the body to the left side of the mat. I might bring this block a little closer towards the thigh and just allow for a little bit of support here as we gently twist. Bringing the gaze over towards the right fingertips. Allow that breath to move steady and slow in and out. Fantastic. We'll bring the gaze back up towards the sky. Drawing the lower belly in, we'll exhale, lift that right leg back up towards the sky. We'll draw the right knee into the chest. We'll draw the left knee into the chest. Place the strap at the bottom of the left leg. Kick the left leg up towards the sky and extend that right leg out nice and long. Taking a minute here with the leg kicking up towards the sky. You might enjoy pointing and flexing the toes up towards the ceiling. Pausing any pointing and flexing in that left foot. We'll bring the strap into the left hand. Right hand comes to the right hip. Moving slowly with the breath, we'll open the left leg out towards the left side of the mat. Again, that block might be a nice support here underneath the left leg as you open the leg out towards the side. Softening any muscle engagement that doesn't need to be active right now. Softening the muscles of the face, of the legs, the arms. We'll drawing the lower belly in. We'll exhale, lift that left leg back up towards the sky. Might again bring that prop over to the right side of the mat for our twist. Bring the strap into the right hand. Left hand extends out towards the left. Moving slowly with the breath, lower that left leg across the body. And then bring the gaze over towards the left shoulder.
Great work. Drawing the lower belly in, we'll slowly lift that left leg back up towards the sky. We'll draw the left knee into the chest, draw the right knee into the chest. Giving ourselves one more big hug. You can place the strap off to the side. Wonderful. For our final pose, we'll take a supported Shavasana pose. We'll take an elevation through the chest this time to get an opening across the chest. So we'll extend the legs out nice and long at first. Roll ourselves over onto our sides and we'll get ourselves set up for this supported chest opening Shavasana. So you might choose to use a block underneath your shoulder blades and underneath your head. So this is just depending on what props you have. So if you have 2 blocks that you're working with today, you can use one block underneath the shoulder blades or supporting the shoulder blades and the other block to support the head. So you might keep both of them on the low setting, or you might move one up the head up onto the medium size. Allow the shoulders to drape over the block, finding some opening here. If you're working with, instead of blocks, a pillow, you can bring this pillow towards the hips here and drape the torso over the pillow, allowing the head to be supported by the pillow. Or maybe you'd find that if you have an additional support, you'd like to place a little bit of height at the back of the pillow so the head feels more elevated. Wherever you are today, we'll spend the remainder of class supported in this position, allowing the arms to come out towards the sides, legs open into a gentle V shape, toes point out towards the outer edges of the mat. You might enjoy covering yourselves up with a blanket or covering the eyes with a towel or with the strap over the eyes, providing a little additional darkness. Finding that steady rate of breath as we melt into our comfortable supported Shavasana.
We'll begin to bring a little bit of movement back into our fingers and our toes. Taking some slightly deeper inhales, longer exhales. Finding some larger movement in the arms and the legs, stretching the arms out nice and long. Maybe bending the knees and pulling the knees into the chest. As you are ready, we'll begin to make our way over onto our side body. We'll rest for a moment in a fetal position. Taking some time to feel a sense of gratitude towards yourself for prioritizing your health and your wellness today. And as you are ready, slowly, gently helping yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. The eyes can stay closed or the gaze softly lowered. Placing the hands on the lap. Lengthen through the spine. Take a long, slow, deep inhale through the nose. Sipping in a little bit more at the top. Then open the mouth, sigh it out. Feeling everything melt and relax. One more time like that. Inhale slowly, deeply through the nose. Extra sip at the top. Then open the mouth and sigh it out. Great. Well, inhale to lift the arms up overhead. And then exhale, draw the hands down through your heart center. Thank you all so much for your practice today. The light in me sees and honors the light in you all. Namaste.